Let's pray in silence. Amen. In the name of Jesus Christ. So sing hymn 369. 369. Somebody with your covering. Seated. We're going to talk about 1 Timothy chapter 3. Desire the steward. He desires a good work. Next slide, please. Okay. Apostles in that age are not many. They have to travel around. So who shall take care of the local church? So Paul really desired his successor, his true sons, to ordain workers to take care of the church. Let's read it first. Titus chapter 1, verse 5. Titus chapter 1, verse 5. 1:5. Jonathan, please read.
Titus chapter 1, verse 5. For this reason I left you, that you should set in order the things that are lacking, and appoint elders in every city as I command you.
Yeah, appointed elders in every, did he say in every city?
Yes, every city.
In every city, right? As I commanded you. So Paul, one of his true sons, Titus, to appoint elders in every city. Again, because nowadays full-time workers, pastors, They are the successor of apostles. And they travel around. So who shall take care of local churches? Which ordained elders, deacons, to take care of the church. Now, why every church have a council? Usually, it is the what is consist of council? It is elders, deacons, and elected council member consist the council, right? Now, in USGA by law, the chairman got to come out from religious affair. Sometimes they got two or got one, or sometimes they got 2 or 3 religious affairs. So the chairman should be elected from religious affairs and deacons or elders or deacons, elders and deacons and religious affairs shall come out from these groups. The purpose is that so they can continue to lead the church when full-time worker is not around. Now you look at the function of now the council serving as the duty of a deacon. Deacon original task is diakonos. Diakonos means what? Servants. So you can see the council member, they serve like servants, right? They try to serve brothers and sisters. If they reach to the qualification that God has mentioned to Timothy in chapter 3 of 1 Timothy, talk about qualification of elders and deacons. We shall talk about it, we shall vote about it, we shall ordain them. And nowadays, it is, anyone, well, in USA, I don't know your by law, either anyone in council can nominate a person to be a deacon or an elder. And they will pass church council 2/3 majority. And the name will go to GA for further discussion. And they will pass, if they pass 2/3 of GA member, and they will come back to local church and they will be voted. If 2/3 of members believe they are qualified, then the church will ordain them as deacons or elders. You guys know the processes. You guys do not know the process. Yeah. This is how the church do it. Of course, not only church council can nominate them. In USA, every district, East District, West District, right? In the district meetings, we can nominate it because a lot of time it's not very easy for council member to nominate themselves. That's why sometimes it will be the nomination will be discussed in the district meeting. But it's all like it all go through secret ballot voting because they have to do it personnel. And I don't think I want to touch upon all the qualification over here because I think at your age you are very far away from that yet. But you just need to know that, when you participate in the holy work in the future, you got to know that to have ordained minister in the local church of the church is very critical to the growth of the church. In Africa, we don't ordain that easily because we have very bad experiences in the past. According to my understanding, people is easy to get pride. So if ordination could be a channel for them to ruin themselves, then we got to be very careful. So that's why we got to study why Paul said it that way. Why there are so many conditions. It is because we don't want to ruin people. We want the church to be good. We want that person to be good. So again, we are very cautious. Some of the members that I know in my life, they have been nominated. They got voted down sometimes in the local council, and they continue to serve. They don't feel like 没有面子 How do you say 没有面子? loss of faith, hereditary, shameful. Because again, because you got voted down, right? You don't feel comfortable, maybe, right? But of course, some people are very happy. Thank God, I'm not voted. But some people feel very, shameful without faith. But they continue to serve. That is genuine worker. You really don't care about if you have title, you don't have title. You continue to serve. Some even many times they got nominated, but many times they got defeated. And they continue to serve. I ran into one of these guys, right? And this brother, I really admire him. I know he has some stories, maybe. I think I know what's going on. But he continued to serve. He is retired already. I asked him, why do you join every family service following preacher to go to every night, snowing day, rain or snow, right? I said, why don't you go on vacation? Go on vacation, right? You are loaded materially. You have time, you shall enjoy your life. It says that vacation is only to find suffering for yourself. I said, what's going on? He said, when you go for vacation, it's very tiresome, and you got to adjust your jet lag. No good, huh? What is it? He's saying that the best thing that a person can have in life is to worship God. That's what he says. Of course, people have their own personality, but really they continue to serve no matter what happens. No? Yeah, we shall do that. Let's read chapter 3, verse 1. Chapter 3, verse 1, 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Chapter 3, verse 1. Jordan is not here, right? Jordan? Oh, Jordan is here, sorry. Chapter 3, verse 1.
Chapter 3, verse 1. This is a faithful saying. If a man desires the position of a bishop, he desires a good work.
He desires a good work. How many of you desire to be not bishop, you desire to have to be a pastor, deacons, council members? Maybe you don't feel like to raise your hand, right? But the Bible here says that if you desire the steward, do you know what is steward? 职分. What is a better word? I think the Bible uses steward. Title of bishop, title of deacon, title of, yeah? You don't understand what is steward? Huh? 职分. What is the proper word for 职分? Better word for 职分. Position is not. I don't like to use that word. It is, but role. Okay, role. Position got high and low. That's why I don't like that word.
It says overseas.
Over here is overseas, but I think original text is not to have overseas. Overseas is one of the steward. That's my point. That's why I say you have desire. Now read again. Jonathan. I should read my Bible. Otherwise I cannot talk. Jonathan, read again.
Verse 1. This is a faithful saying. If a man desires the position of a bishop, he desires a good work.
The Bible uses position. Okay. Fine. So position then. But again, I got to warn you, do not desire for the sake of, you are outstanding. That kind of mentality. Yeah. You are, no, listen, this is my personal opinion, right? It is, you desire a good word. That means that you desire that you want to dedicate your life for brothers and sisters. And the stewardship was given is a special grace. Okay? Hello? So if you desire to that kind of loving God and loving man, I want to use that way. A lot of time, we have many elders, right, in the church, right? Hello?
Yes.
But some elders are really deserve to me, they are really match that stewardship. Understand my point? Match that position. They really oh man, they are good. They are simply good in the eyes of God and in the eyes of men. They dedicate their life. But maybe very few, right? Still have the title of bishop. Now, do we have title of bishop right now in True Jesus Church? Actually, bishop is overseer. They are as elders. Nowadays we call them elders, right? You got to search into this word and compare. Anyway, that is pastor coursework. Listen, I am doing cultivation. Cole, not Kerr. Sorry. It's all start with K. Sorry. Oh, where was I? Yeah. Now, my point is that you shall not look for the vain glory. People treat that position as society's position, right? That kind of mentality is definitely wrong. But it's desirable, it's good. You truly want to serve, no matter what kind of position church gives to me. I think we should. If church wants you to do something, please do not reject. You can reluctantly feel sad in front of God, yet you shall still need to accept what has been assigned to you. Understand? But if it's not assigned to you, never fight for it. Never fight for any position that is in the church. Council member, deacon. Now, it will ruin the purity of the church, because this is not any society. You understand? If you have that kind of mentality, once you get elected, it will be the trouble for the church, because you already feel like this is that you use society way to fight for that. You assume that office, and then you might exercise the authority in a wrong way. That's my point. Yeah. But again, so the principle is 不惧不求啦. Concerning position, interpret 不惧不求. Yes. Don't reject and don't pursue. But you can have desire heart, you want to serve. And this is good. Since I was young, I want to serve the Lord. I feel like without serving the Lord, my life is meaningless. I want to serve. Actually, I determined to serve as without any, I don't know, whatever. I just serving is the most wonderful things a person can have. I already shared with you. I already shared with you the piggy story, right? Piggy story. I raised piggy also. I did not tell you I raised piggy. Pigs, true? No? Oh. No, I personally feel like serving is the most wonderful things in life. Why? I was farmer boy. That's why I enjoy chicken, ducks, and piggies, because I was brought up in a farm. And my job as a 7-year-old, 6-year-old, I need to take care of pigs. We have 2 pig dams and 1 cow house. Cow 牛棚猪舍. We call it 牛棚猪舍. We have pig pens and cow what? 牛棚 cow shed. We have 1 cow shed, 2 pig pens. Well, when I was young, we have a goose. Actually, a few goose. But my job is to take care of the pigs and cut the grass for the cow. And in the early morning, bring the goose to the field so that he can pick on the green grass, right? And I remember I have very strong impression about the piggy. We have a wok, wok, big one, right? And my job is burn the potato leaf, mixed with some other stuff, and then cook it, and then they dump it in the trough, and the piggy will come and eat, right? Of course, that is when they are older. Now, at the beginning, we only have 2 mother pigs. They don't have piglet yet, right? And in the countryside, they only pick a huge, strong pig. That purpose is to give baby to every female pigs, because they want to have strong, healthy piglets. Therefore, they have number 1 seed, male, strong, piggy. And that is a professional job. That man will bring up male pig to every house to mate, including my 2 female pigs, right? Then after they got pregnant, like one mother pig can have more than 10 piggies, 12, 11, right? And my job is to make sure they are okay, right? Then when you look at the piglets, they are simply have a happy life, I'm telling you. Really? I thought to myself, right? Come on, I need to feed them, but who feed me, right? I need to work every day for the animal, go to school to study. My life is so painful. But look at them, they're just owing and happy. Like they do nothing. They're hungry, they have food to eat, they are provided, they rest over there all the time. They're fun playing around, right? Wow, they have a good life, better life than me. And when they die, when they become big, we sell them, we kill them, and the meat have value. 1 kilo is 1 pound is $5, for example, right? And I think about, if I die, anybody want to buy my meat for 5 pounds? No. And you think about this, your life is not any better than a pig. What's the purpose for you to live in this life? You're not as happy as a pig, and you don't have value until you die. So what is the purpose to live in this life? It really made me think a lot. I realized that without serving the kingdom of God, what can you gain in this world? You come empty-handed, you suffer, your life is less than a piggy, then you go empty-handed. So from that moment on, I know only serving the Lord, your life have some significance and value in the eyes of God. Why do I talk about it? Yes, you got to serve, you got to desire. As a matter of fact, I know I will be a preacher one day. But after I got my true jobs in USA, I mean, I really make some money. I was so reluctant to register for TTP class. I said, we already make a vow. What do I do, right? I still need to present my application, right? But in my resume, I tell GA, if you hire me, I will be very joyful. If you do not hire me, I will be even more joyful. At that time, you feel reluctant. I want to serve. I was a council member already. I was very happy with my council member jobs. You know, I have office myself. A lot of time I can lock my door, and my boss do not know what do I do in my own room, right? I will read my Bible, prepare my sermon, and I'm a computer programmer. Usually I estimate how long I can finish my project, right? Of course, we need to debug, right? So if I think I can finish it with 1 month, I will tell them 2 months, right? But sometimes I debug it for a long time, sometimes I debug for a short time, right? Of course, if God help me, probably 1 month I can finish it. Another month I can do my own work. It's a beautiful job. And I can serve in the kingdom of God. Or I did not lie to my boss, right? Because debugging, how many of you are software engineer? Debugging is very tricky. Sometimes it really takes a long time. If you are lucky, maybe shorter. My point is that I enjoy serving. By the time you make some money, you have kids, you know, you feel like, oh man. But anyway, that is. But now I learn something. God do not. 神没有亏待人呐，神没有亏待人呐。 神不会亏待人。God will not. Yeah. God treat me good. God treat me good. 神不会亏待人的。
那如果教会传道薪水非常的好，会让传道更高兴吗？
Actually, when I say God did not mistreat me, it doesn't mean I have a good salary from the church. 教会的传道薪水不高。
Yeah, 我的意思说 if church, you know, the
That's why we
salary
try to avoid that route. We don't want to use money to attract ministers to come to serve, because we serve not for these purposes. Even like I admire council members, they serve with their whole heart, yet they are volunteer worker. I think that is true. That is very precious in the eyes of God. So I keep telling people, all of us are dedicated. You know, we offer our life to God. We offer our life to our spouse. We offer our life to the church. I think that make you live a very valuable life. So for sure, we don't work for money. We don't work for money. That is the spirit. But to be honest with you, I think USA preacher have the best salary in the whole world. I think. Compared to UK, I feel very shameful. UK. But I hear a lot of good testimony from my coworker too. God will not. 神不会亏待人呐。How do you say that in English? Nobody. Yes, God will not mistreat any his faithful worker. Yeah, so my point is that really desire for this valuable work. Okay, then they talk about a lot of qualifications. I am not going to go through every details. I want to pinpoint out a few things, right? Let's read verse 4. Verse 4. Verse 4. Can we have Mona? Mona? Who is Mona? Please read verse 4. You've got to be able to take care of your own house, right? Verse 5. Yes. When we try to elect a person to serve in the office, especially with stewardship, with title, deacon or deaconesses or elder, right? You want to make sure they know how to manage their own house. If they do not know how to manage, house is very small place to run. If you cannot even manage your own house, how can you manage God's house? Impossible. So when you try to vote yes or no, make sure you know this guy is able to manage their own house. You yourself. I already shared with you yesterday, how do you lead your own children? People will look at your children. You are responsible for your children before 18. That is my personal opinion. The Bible never says 18. But I know that after 18, right, are entitled to have their own opinion. But before 18, they are in your hands. You should cherish that moment, because after 18, they are already run away from you. A lot of people go to college already. Your influence is very limited already. Is that true? Yeah. So when they are still with you, make sure you do the right influence. Verse chapter 3, verse 12. Mona? Ruling their children at their own house, right? Brethren, I think you really got to discuss with your wife how to take care of the children, because later on you will be very busy with your career, with church work, very busy. how do you make sure your wife have time? And sometimes you really got to spend time with your wife, really got to lead the faith of your children. You cannot leave them alone. Can you imagine that some parents have this kind of concept? They want their children to choose their own religion. They don't want to baptize them until they are old enough to make decisions, right? But you got to understand that if a field, now the Bible says human being is like a field. Some field has stones, some field have thorns, right? And you spray the seeds on them, right? Now you got to make sure your children is like a field. You got to make sure you take away the thorn and stones from their heart. That is the environment. That is what kind of book do they read? What is the of course we just use the word 乖, right? How do you say 乖 in Cantonese? It should be 乖, very 乖, right? 乖, same, yeah. How do you make sure their heart is really good? A 乖 boy, a 乖 girl. Maybe good boy and good girl. That is our job. Take away all the throwing stones. Make sure they know their Bible. You know, to change their heart is really, really, really the Word of God. I keep telling when there's a parents want to baptize their kids, right? I only request them for one thing. Make sure you send them to RE, educated by RE. Make sure you send them to SSC, and you got to send them like at least graduate from NYTS. You is what? YTTC, I guess. I don't know why we don't have the same system. like using the same name. This is like a human error. How do you call it in Singapore?
Singapore Theological Training Course or Bible Seminar. There's several.
Oh, okay. And YTS, YTTC, National NTBS.
That's a junior Bible seminar, and then there's a theological training also.
Okay. What's that? Oh, you make sure your kids go through that because a lot of SSC or NYTS, right? YT, they are the closest place to heaven and earth. They are. And a lot of life transformation story happened over there. Maybe many of you got your life transformed in YTTC or in SSC. It's so easy for people to touch God at that time. Can you imagine that? I realize nowadays, I don't know about UK, I'm sorry, because I'm a pastor in USA, we lost a lot of youth. Do you guys lose a lot of youth? Especially working youth. Do you guys, UK people? You don't nod your head. Thank God for you. When I come to London, I really thank God for you because you guys come to church on Friday night, fellowship, or Saturday night, I don't remember. Friday start from Friday night? London people?
Yeah. What was the question?
Like your youth come here, have services, sleep over here, and have fellowship, and you guys just stay in the church, right? From Friday night, and Sunday morning, you guys have another prayer. Yeah, it's really, you should continue. You should continue. It's really good. I hope you don't lose that many youth. Do you lose a lot of youth? Yeah. My point is that even I know a lot of people with life transformation story, right? So zealous, right? But still, when they go to society, they are gonna. I said, wow. Because you know them since they are young, you know, and they declare on their Facebook, "I am an atheist." You used to ask so many questions. We used to close. You used to be so obedient. Now you say that you are atheist. You just feel very painful in your heart, you know. So my point is, even you go through the system, you may not be able to retain them. How about those kids never go through that? So my point, the Bible here says that know how to manage your children. I realize one thing. If the kids have a good family, they have a family altar like Abraham, you can see their use, right? Their family member. Even though they might go up and down, eventually they can stand firm. But even though some youth, they are very zealous, but their parents are not as zealous, maybe a broken family, you know? And the family, their parents do not really treat God their first priority. And you can see, even though those youths are very zealous in a period of time, eventually they got lost. So the key is where the mother really over here know how to 好好管理自己的儿女跟自己的家 interpret.
To properly care for their house and children.
Yes. Sometimes you notice from the Bible, how come Samuel's kids are so lousy? Is that right, Samuel? Huh? How come Samuel's kids were so lousy, so bad? Like, at Samuel's age, Samuel's old 老脸不晓得放哪里呀、老脸啊，一个老人家的脸不晓得往哪里放啊。Okay. He feels shameful in front of people because people accuse his children in front of him. Look at your kids. 收受贿赂 interpret. 收受贿赂 take bribery. Yes, corrupted. Did not follow your way. Let's read that. They tell Samuel in front of Samuel's face about his own son. 1 Samuel. Which chapter? Chapter 8, verse 3. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Amanda, 3 and 4.
In the name of Jesus Christ, but his sons did not walk in his ways. They turned aside after dishonest gain, took bribes, and perverted justice. And all the elders of Israel gathered together and came to Samuel at Ramah.
Verse 5.
And said to him, Look, you are old, and your sons do not walk in your ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
Really, I mean, when Samuel heard this, right? I don't know, where did he put his old face? Where did he hide his old face? This is like bring disgrace to the father, yeah? Say in front of Samuel. The Bible says, your son 收受贿赂，屈枉正直，收受贪图财力 greedy for money, take bribery, work in a perverted way, yeah, in front of your face. Why? Why Samuel, such a good, wonderful worker, oh God? Why? The hint is over here, right? Chapter 7, verse 14 to 17. Amanda? 15 to 17. Chapter 7, 15 to 17.
And Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life. He went from year to year on his circuit to Bethel, Gilgal, and Mizpah, and judged Israel in all those places. But when he always returned to Ramah, for his home was there. There he judged Israel, and there he built an altar to the Lord.
Let me ask you, how many places he'd need to go to be a judge? Huh? How many places?
3 elsewhere, but one is his home.
3 elsewhere, 1 at home. When he returned home, he still need to judge. No time for kids, put it that way. So who you marry is very important. Make sure your wife is a good mother. And you need to set a direction. Need know how to take care of your home, right? Are you with me, sir? Are you with me, sir? Really, it's so critical. TJC need to have good descendants. You should produce more good descendants. How many of you do not like to have kids? Okay? Sometimes, yeah, when I was young, I said, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. Even though I want to have you keep changing your mind anyway. But then you have kids. And it was a honeymoon baby. You don't want to, but it just happened. What can you do? But you make sure your spouse is a good mother. Oh, good father. Family altar is very important. Make sure you lead your kids to do Bible study, to pray together. Yeah. Okay, you want to be a good worker, make sure you know how to manage your house. Let's come back to 1 Timothy. chapter 3, verse 6. Can we go to the next slide? Next slide. I want to read verse 2. Verse 2. Chapter 3, verse 2. So we have Bianca. Oh, my sister read. I got to read my English Bible. Sorry, give me a sec. Chapter 3, verse 2. Bianca, please read. I want to emphasize be able to teach in this slide. You want to be a worker of God. You should learn how to teach. Okay? How to counsel. Therefore, you should equip yourself with Bible knowledge. Some deacon, not necessarily they have the gift to preach on the podium, but at least they need to know how to do counseling, right? Because teaching not only giving a sermon, but also concerning daily life, or be able to do that. That's why you need to be trained. You need to join more seminars. Yeah? So I'm happy that you can come back and continue to be trained. Now, there's another verse we got to pay attention. Please read verse 6 and 7. 6 and 7. So, are there two Jonathan, yeah? Oh, no. Oh, no. One Nathaniel. Nathaniel, please read. Chapter 3, 6 and 7.
Not a novice, lest being puffed up with pride, he fall into the same condemnation as the devil. 7. Moreover, he must have a good testimony among those who are outside, lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil.
Yeah. Did he say that if you just come into the Christ, you shall not be elected, or you shall not serve? In English? Not a novice. What is novice?
Beginners.
Oh, beginner. Oh, yeah. Some people are very gifted and very godly at the beginning, and they never miss the church services. They show great love to members. But at least you should wait at least for 3 years. Do not give them a section. Do not give them a section. Even like in TTP training, right? We also find that exception sometimes it's not good for that person. Sometimes it's not good for that person. We shall follow the rules. It is easy to get pride, especially like if you want to do African missionary. It got to be really wait longer time, because you know why? They need to be wait to be tested. As ordained ministers, we are lifelong. We hold the lifelong stewardship. Lifelong stewardship. It's not like council member. We elect you every 2 or 3 years. You are deacon. You are deacon for the rest of your life. You are elder for the rest of your life. So don't do it very rush, in a rush way. Usually, you will see that God will test them more, and it's very interesting. Really, a lot of time before ordination, personally observe some test from God. Let's read verse 10. Verse 10, Rachel, verse 10. Rachel is sick. Huh? Oh, you're here. Oh. Verse 9. What verse did I say? Verse 10. Yeah, verse 10. Yes. What does it mean by tested? A lot of times something will happen in their life. And are they able to stand firm, hold the principle of the Bible to go through that difficulties? And you can see God really will test them. And it will be revealed to you, yes, this person really is able to stand firm in his faith. Yeah. So this is something we should pay attention when it comes to ordination. Even though deacons are considered as servants, they should do a lot of administration work to serve brothers and sisters. But actually, one of the functions is to keep 固守真道的奥秘, to keep the mysteries of the truth, right? Let's read verse 9 again. Not again. Not read verse 9, Rachel. Verse 9, chapter 3, verse 9. So this guy shall know the basic belief very clearly. Should be able to teach the basic belief. He need to be able to keep it and pass that. That is very fundamental qualification. Of course, the rest of it, do not get drunk, do not hit people, be gentle, do not strive, not greedy for money. Yeah, I think you should know the details in the future. Later on, why I say that you should not reject if you are nominated. You should not reject the nomination. It is because this verse, I really enjoy reading this verse. You will go to, you will bring yourself to a good standing. Good standing, I don't know how to say, understand good standing in English, but in Chinese, 到美好的地步 is really very, I can understand this term very well. This stewardship, this servitude, this type of serving will bring you to a 美好的地步, will bring beautiful and goodness into your life. But the English Bible uses good standing. What is good standing? Now let's read it first, then you explain to me, right? Chapter 3, verse 13. Chapter 3, verse 13, come here. Yeah, will obtain for themselves a good standing. What does it mean, good standing in English? Come here. I don't understand English, but Chinese, 美好的地步. How do you say in Cantonese?
Same like the Mandarin.
I know, 美好的地步. 美好的地步. I mean, all of you can understand Cantonese, yeah? I shall learn Cantonese. So if I don't understand, I try to ask you to speak Cantonese. 美好的地步. 美好的地步. Explain to me what is 美好的地步. Beautiful. Really can bring your life to a better place, to a beautiful in your spirituality. Because really, if you are a deacon's family or elder's family or a worker's family, you really got to watch out yourself for God and for man. You know? You got to make sure you are representable to God and to man. Like my children, right? Of course they suffer, but it's a good suffering, right? Even you guys, I think many of you are deacon's family. How many of you are from deacons or elders or preachers' family? Raise your hand. Do you feel like you have some suffering when you grow up, Jacob? What kind of suffering it is?
Not really. Maybe like my dad was always busy after being deacon.
Okay.
So he didn't have much time.
Do you have dress that people keep looking at? How do you dress? What is your hairstyle? Do you wash your face to go to church? Do you have girlfriend? Do you notice that people, their eyes are on you all the time? Sometimes. How about you, Jonathan? Nathaniel? Not really? Camille? No? No stress at all? I hate to be a preacher's girl. No? Thank God you don't have stress. But how come I heard a lot of stories that people have stress? They got to maybe they are rebellious at that time. They cannot do what they like to do. In that stage, when they are in rebellious stage. How come the church is always everybody look at me, want me to be? It's good stress actually. People make sure this family is presentable in the eyes of God and the eyes of man. Not only that, because you want to make sure you're a good example. That's why you need to continue to pursue, right? Just like if you're an RE teacher, right? Why I enjoy serving myself is I really test the sweetness to be an RE teacher. I feel like, wow, I feel useful in the kingdom of God. You feel like you see the life change of the children, right? You feel like, how many of you like to be a gardener or a farmer? You see the life grows, right? Yes. You feel so joyful to see like even your hand grow a little bit, right? Or your plants grow, right? Just see joyful. Now, if you become an IE teacher, you see how the kids behave. They improve. You're so satisfied. Yeah, you can be assets in their life, not debits, not debtors, not debts. You can be assets in people's life. 资产啊. That's why when you are the deacon or deaconess or the stewardship will bring you to a beautiful steps, good standing,美好地步. Yeah. And it says that they will be bold in the truth, right? What did he say? Yeah. So verse what? Verse 13. And great boldness in the faith which is in Jesus Christ. Once you're ordained, right? I observe some, that laying of hands, that ordination. The Bible says, after Moses lay hand on Joshua, what happened? Everybody now pay attention to Joshua. The Spirit of God moved him or came to him, and everybody now listen to Joshua. From that moment on, as if from that moment on, according to the Bible. Deuteronomy chapter 34, verse 9. Deuteronomy 34, verse 9. 34, verse 9. Denise. Lydian. Huh? Your Bible is in French. Can you read in French, please? We can enjoy. Can you read out so we can enjoy to listen to French? Does it sound beautiful? You should read that again. So the Bible here says, I got my Bible there. I got my English Bible, therefore you can read any language you like. Joshua, the son of Nun, was full of the spirit of wisdom. He was able to follow the spirit of wisdom. Why? For Moses has laid his hands on him as if he received ordination, right? As if he received ordination. So the children of Israel heeded him. So before this laying of hands, nobody paid attention to him. After this laying of hand, the Spirit of God came to him, and everybody paid attention to him. So really, after God ordination, you have this boldness, great The Bible says great boldness. I noticed some deacons, before they got ordained, they speak without confidence, a little bit timid. But now they are ordained. For some reason, they know that they are chosen. They have that special grace. They are sent. They preach with boldness. That is my observation. And sometimes through that stewardship, through that title, sometimes God uses title to do things. You know that, right? Do you? Do you know that? You know that, right? Do you remember the priest? Even like Jewish, the priest prophesied that Jesus would be crucified for people. Do you remember that verse? Everybody know that verse? You don't know? Jesus was crucified, right? And the priest at that time even foretell he shall die for everybody. And the Bible commented that it is because he was a priest and God used him to speak. Where is that verse? Anybody look that verse for me? Let's read John chapter 11, verse 49. To 51. Victoria, read. I'm reading my Chinese now.
49. And one of them, Caiaphas, being high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all." 50. Nor do you consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and not that the whole nation should perish. 51. Now this he did not say on his own authority, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation.
Wow. Even God used his stewardship because he was high priest to prophesy about Jesus' death, the purpose of Jesus' death. Right? So God will use stewardship. A lot of times I feel like I'm not worthy for this stewardship. Sometimes I even feel like I'm not worthy to lay hand on you because I feel like, who am I? I'm not worthy. But I know that I am very precious gift on me. That is the stewardship. So God will use that stewardship to bless you. Not me personally. I always think that I'm not qualified. But this stewardship is a treasure in the earthly vessel. Do you remember that verse? Do you remember that verse? A treasure in the earthly vessel. Turn to Second Corinthians or 1 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Chapter 4 verse 1. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 1. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 1. Cindy, read.
2 Corinthians 4 verse 1. Jesus' name. Therefore, since we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we do not lose heart.
Ministry in my translation is stewardship, 职分, or title, position, 职分, right? Ministry, sometimes used for the word. Since we have this ministry, this title, this stewardship, this position, we have received mercy. So really, to be ordained, to be a deacon, this is special mercy from God, special grace from God. And what is this? Let's read verse 7. Verse 7. Cindy?
Verse 7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellence of the power may be of God and not of us.
Yes. So this is a treasure in our worthless earthly vessels. Earthen vessels. We are nobody. We are just made of dust. But this treasure is in us. God will manifest his power through this earthen vessel. Understand my point? So again, never fight for it, never reject it. Whatever God wants to use you, he will use you according to what you have, not according to what you don't have. You don't need to compare with one another. Always humble to learn, to learn from God and serve with your best. Just use your best to serve the Lord. Then really, you can bring to a better standing, 美好的地步. And then you can bonus, because you have this treasure now in you. Let's pray in silence. Amen.